Matthews. Auston Matthews did the 50. Yay.
I got to say, I mean, McKee, I know you were down there last night as well. Raucous building. There were 3 things they wanted, and this is the order they wanted them in. 50 goals, fight, Leafs win. They got all 3, but they needed the 50. There were simmering, we want 50, Auston Matthews chants. Like, it never got to the true raucous where it's like, oh, everyone in the building is chanting in unison, but you could just hear the little pockets everywhere. They were hungry for it last night.
Well, and you know what? I thought he started playing like that. Like, I thought he made the one play there where he fakes Dylan, cuts to the middle, and hit the tendy in the crest and, gave it the look to the sky. Like, that wasn't about, like, distancing themselves from the Jets. That was about the pursuit of 50. And I said it on the show that I think it's been weighing on him. Yep. And I wonder if there'll be some relief that came with this or, you've been a lifelong Leafs fan. I mean,
I was 4 when it happened last time.
You were 4 when it happened last
or 5. I'm trying to get my math right, but Dave Andreychuk, I believe, 94. So, I would have been 5 years old when that happened.
Did you need this validation of him getting to 50 to establish anything about Matthews and the Leafs? Like, he's been doing it, but did he need to actually get to the number?
It wasn't about getting to the number in terms of now that you've checked that box, okay, we can give you your statue or whatever it is. Yeah. But it was just about the guy's gotten so close so many times. It felt like every time he sniffed 50 goals, it's like, global pandemic, you're hurt, the season's going to get shut down. Yeah. Like, I needed him to get there because he's come so close so many times, and it's just I'm frustrated by it. And even though he super downplayed it last night, just a game, nice to get the marker off my back. But I can only imagine how much it weighs on him. But you mentioned the idea of does he get to exhale now? And 50 is a huge number. I don't want to, I'm not taking anything away from that. But 54 is right there. It's not like Rick Vibes scored 59 goals and he has to really go on a tear. And if it was 59, I still think there's a chance he gets it. But it's just the fact that the next milestone is so close. I honestly wonder if he can, kind of relax.
We've talked on the show about how, Kyper always wants the big 4, to not worry about personal stats. He says about Matthews, if he could get 40 and be this Selke winner, that type of guy, that to him would be a, better version of Matthews. I do think that in future years, it will have helped him to get these off his back, to be the guy who hit 50, to be the guy who holds the record. I know we're going to talk about 60 if he stays healthy and he scores at the same clip, he's on pace for 62, so we may be talking about that down the road. I think in future years, it's going to be nice to have done this. Yeah. And maybe this year it's still going to be a part of the chase, but also you don't even really know what you're chasing in the standings. So I feel like this is going to be a year for these personal accolades. Hopefully by the time he gets to playoffs, it's like, okay, that doesn't matter. Be the guy that Kyper wants him to be, Gunner.
Well, that's the thing. He's has he not kind of been that guy this year?
He has,
I will say that the two-way absolute dominance, it has dropped off just a hair from what was it? I feel like 3 weeks ago we were in the absolute tears of how dare anybody vote for anybody else for the Hart?
How dare anyone have the puck when he's out there?
Exactly. And this is not like he has taken a huge step back in that regard, but it was just he was so elite at doing that, and that has dropped off just a hair lately. But he's been that guy. I mean, I'm not going to put him in the Selke conversation because let's be honest, it's pretty hard to win that when you're scoring it the way he does. You tend to give that award to, well, they made it for Bob Gainey. Was that not the story of okay, we got to give this guy something? And so I don't think he's ever going to truly be in that conversation. But to me, it feels like he has taken that step that you want in that regard at the same time as kind of reaching that milestone.
Yeah, and that's why he can pretty much drag any line, I think, which is a nice tool for the Leafs to have. Why don't we hear what Sheldon Keefe had to say about it, and then we'll continue in on this.
It's fun. Fans enjoyed it. Made for a great atmosphere there in that third period. They're encouraging and pushing Auston. I thought it was great, and it's good to see it, see them, the fans have that moment for Auston to have that accomplishment here on home ice is great. And maybe the best play of the day is David can't fit in the post and keeping the game alive for us.
It's comedy night.
Oh,
at
man.
Scotiabank.
What a joke, Sheldon.
You guys love when the coach get laughs, eh?
Just
my
laughing
favorite
knees.
Don Rickles.
I asked Derek to pull up Bonesy's call of the 50th. Have you heard this?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's very good.
Oh, great.
So you want to hear it?
I do very much.
Let's hear it.
Chips it ahead. Matthews, empty net. There it is! There it is! Number 34 has got 50. Move over, Leaves, Chucky, and Squid. Big Pappy's on the board.
Leaves, Chucky, and Squid.
Nailed it.
That had shades of Mayday to it.
It really did. I will say, look, I mean, I'm not breaking any news to anybody here. I really try to grasp a hold of the pulse of Leaf Station. That man is the soundtrack to it there. Yeah. He was as happy as could be. We all were. And man, it's just, you go back to it. And I cannot shake the, I don't even want to have the Auston Matthews contract conversation, but I'd be lying to you if I wasn't watching or sitting in that moment last night and going, this guy wants to be a King. This guy wants to be a Ranger. Like, you can have those moments. Other fan bases will absolutely love you, but this is the Mecca. It's never going to matter. And I do wonder if, not to say if he got 50 tomorrow night in Philly that it's any less special, but he doesn't have that moment where it just kind of slams you in the chest of what you're the man on the Leafs right now.
Yeah. Exactly. That's amazing. No, you're right. That is really cool to have that at home. You know, it was almost like it was meant to be. You know, again, it's not like he was, I don't know, the last stretch of play has been his best hockey. He just finds a way every single night. You know, we got a breakdown here of the way he scores.
I was just going to bring that up. You want me to read it off?
Yeah, please do. Just the variety with which this guy scores. And hold on, before you do, I was on the air with Bieksa on Tuesday night, and he talked about how, you know, he thinks that Matthews is maybe a better pure goal scorer than Ovechkin. Not that he's going to score more than him or anything like that, because what Ovechkin has is longevity.
Amazing how quick you went to say that. No, hold on.
Careful. Because Ovechkin's longevity is the reason he has a kabillion goals. Yep. But he's saying that right now, the way Matthews scores is like every which way, variety. I mean, it's all over the map. You look at Ovechkin, it's from one spot here, you know, a one-timer off a one draw. So go ahead with Matthews, 50 goals by type.
And this is from our boy Luke Fox. 22 wrist shots. That's pretty predictable. 8 snapshots. What's the big difference there?
Do the whole thing, and then let's do it.
7 backhanders.
Yeah.
Love man that. After my heart.
Love that.
6 tips. Woo. 5 slap shots. And 2 wraparounds.
That is delightful to have a little bit of everything. This slap shot to snapshot difference.
Wrist shot.
So it actually is interesting for me. The snapshot is a wrist shot where there is a slap of the puck, like a actual, the puck leaves the blade. The wrist shot, it stays on the blade the whole way. For me, the snapshot, there's some separation from the blade, and you hit the puck, even though there's no pullback.
Okay, I like that. I think you did a really good job explaining that.
I actually didn't think you had that perfect of an explanation.
I really thought it was going to be like, look, you know, okay? You just ask the guy. He knows what it is.
I will say I have thought about it before. It's not. I wasn't contemplated in the moment.
That's a great breakdown. The thing that's jumped out to me about the way he's scoring this year, and look, he's Auston Matthews. He's always going to score the bulk of his goals with a wrist shot or a snapshot, either or, whatever he's feeling at that given moment. But the most encouraging thing to me was, okay, maybe not the wraparound goals. It's 2 of them, but it's the tips. This is a guy who, he's so big, he's so strong. And of course, you want him kind of cruising around and working in areas where he can get that shot off. But when you're playing with a guy like Marner, who, by the way, his shots improved a lot lately, it kind of really behooves you to be a guy who can get in there and play in those, you know, dirty areas we always talk about. He is huge. He's 6'2", he's 220, if not a lot more than that. And it's just the fact that he can wear guys and use his skill in those tight areas. That's always felt like the other part. It's like, he's going to get 40 in his sleep because of his shot.
Right.
The way he gets to 50 to 60 is all those kind of dirty area goals to me.
A couple things for perspective on Matthews.
Yep.
This is also from our boy Luke Fox. Just on fire on Twitter last night.
Should have got him as a guest today.
Yeah, he's traveling. I tried. He was the youngest Maple Leaf forward in the lineup last night when he scored 50 goals.
My goodness.
So he's got 249 goals now.